Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be talking about the Zikapocalypse, or rather the question of whether making Zika virus quote-unquote cool will increase public awareness of Zika transmission and prevention. Some quick facts about Zika virus. It was first identified in humans in 1952, but the current pandemic only really got started a little over a year ago in mid-2015. And the countries that were hardest hit and which continue to be hardest hit are those in South America and the Asia Pacific. There are a number of ways that Zika can be prevented, which you can see on the slide. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. The key thing is the reason that prevention is so important is because there is an established link between women being infected with Zika virus during pregnancy and then going on to have children with severe birth defects such as microcephaly because they were infected with Zika virus during that pregnancy. In the general population, there's also a possible increased risk for contracting Guillain-Barré syndrome, a neurological disease that involves paralysis. So considering those things, you'd think that people are doing something about this, right? Well, unfortunately, not really. And the reason for this is because there's no money in it. There's no money for research, there's no money to make sure that people have access to the means of preventing Zika virus. And there's also, especially in the United States, a lack of public concern about Zika virus. People just aren't aware of or don't care about Zika. Possibly because of a lack in public education, which again goes back to the issue of funding. So in September of this year, 2016, Bloomberg ran an article with the headline, "Zika is here and America has no plan to fight it." And that's about the size of it. Now, there haven't been a lot of studies specifically about Zika and public awareness thereof because the current pandemic is so recent. So we can look at some other studies of public awareness and mosquito-transmitted diseases to see if there are any lessons that can be drawn from those. These studies show that people are generally aware that disease comes from being bitten by an infected mosquito, but the adoption of preventative behaviors like wearing insect repellent or using mosquito netting is pretty moderate at about 40 to 50%. Historically, the Miami City Commission in 1922 ran a mosquito campaign that we can kind of look to for some ideas about how Zika education could be implemented in the United States. This campaign involved the employment of 5 inspectors and 9 oilers. The inspectors would go around and find where the mosquitoes were breeding, where their nests were, and the oilers would go and spray them with oil, which was used as a larvicide to kill off all of the nascent mosquitoes. This campaign also involved an educational component. The centerpiece of this part of the campaign was a 36-page educational booklet that was distributed to Miami residents. The other elements of the education campaign included information that was disseminated via the newspaper, speeches, slogans, that sort of thing, and reaching out to businesses and civic organizations with information mailed in form letters. More recently, there have been a few public awareness campaigns that we can look at, one of which is the Zombie Preparedness Campaign from 2011. It was run by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC. The National Highway Safety and Transportation Administration also ran a campaign for to promote seatbelt use. This was the You Could Learn a Lot from a Dummy campaign that ran from 1985 to 1998. More recently, in the area of seatbelt promotion, click it or ticket programs have been implemented widely and have also been effective. But in terms of effectiveness, the zombie preparedness campaign, the jury is still kind of out on this one. The CDC felt that it was an effective platform, but a study by Cruvend and Bryant in 2015 found that the zombie theme could detract from the overall message of preparedness. The You Could Learn a Lot from a Dummy campaign, on the other hand, was very successful. Seatbelt use increased from 14% to 79% over the course of the campaign. And as I said, click it or ticket programs have also been effective, but the caveat with that one is they're only really effective when there is a significant investment in paid media advertising along with selective enforcement. So that being said, let's look at some of the current Zika prevention and awareness materials that are currently available.